Greetings and welcome to another episode of Catholicism and Coffee. I am Stephen Gasenski.
I am Beth Kaczynski.
We talk about Catholicism, all things Catholic, and enjoy some great brews. And today we are joined by Christopher Emmanuel Chance. So thank you for those of you who are joining us live. We're going to be talking about a film Joshua, but first a couple of housekeeping things. First of all, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, why? And like the video, and obviously, and if you like our other videos, please press the like button. Don't lie. But if you want to exaggerate just a tad,
But not so much that it'll send you to confession.
yeah, don't send yourself to confession. We do not encourage that, but we encourage you to go to confession.
Yes.
If you have some mortal sins on your conscience or a bunch of venial ones that you need to have cleansed. Don't want to get you in trouble with God. But we highly encourage you to partake of the sacraments. It actually was very good for us because we actually went last Wednesday.
Yes, we did.
And it was very much needed. I needed it. I will not speak for you.
I needed it.
Okay. I won't speak for Christopher because I don't know when he went because we don't talk about these things, even though we should. Because we're Catholic men who love theology and the sacraments. But anyway, a couple other things. If you haven't checked out our Morality in Movies course, we've actually dropped the prices because we wanted to make it more affordable. And also we looked at some other comparable courses and we were like, ooh, we are charging pretty high. So we wanted to bring it down to where you all could purchase it and share the tools that we are giving to you with there is a price tag attached because we did a lot of work. I lost track of how many hours I was editing those videos.
1 million, give or take.
No, it wasn't that much.
1,000.
Maybe a couple of hundred, but still, there was a lot into it. And also we have a book. It's not so new anymore. I was about to say new book. It's called Film Forming Faith, which I happened to write, and Christopher wrote the foreword to it. It's a very lovely foreword, so thank you for that. And yes, we gave him a copy, and I sent that copy to my other reader, who helped kind of flesh out and make sure, hey, the book's not bad.
You didn't send a copy to your editor.
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I thought that was your copy.
It's our copy.
Oh, it's our copy?
Everything that's mine is yours, basically.
Oh, I suppose that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely check that out. I mean, you stole my hoodie the other day.
I was cold.
Exactly. Because we were keeping the house a little chillier than we usually do, because usually we actually keep it pretty high because I'm a lizard. Anyhow, check out the book. We actually go through a lot. I go through 12 movies in there and talk about the various virtues and such. Chris, do you have anything to add to that Because I did that pretty quickly.
Not really.
All right.
I mean, anything I have to say on the book, I already wrote on it, and it was made to fit in the book. So y'all can read what I thought about the book by reading the book.
There are worse ways to promote the book. So, all right. So we're going to talk about a film called Joshua. For those of you who don't know, this film came out in 2002?
That sounds right to me.
Yeah, okay, I was right. Yay! Scott Mance, the reigning champion of movie release dates on various trivia shows. Starring Tony Goldwyn, Kurt Fuller, and F. Murray Abraham. Came out in 2002. Joshua is about a man named Joshua who goes into a small Midwest town and ends up helping the community, but he causes some stirs because some people are like, oh, who is this guy? What's he all about? So those questions come up in the film. It is based upon a book series.
I think it's just one book, but there was a series of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, written by a priest.
Yeah, written by a priest. Funnily enough, he passed away in 2017, I believe.
Yeah, he lived a very long time.
Uh-huh. So, some fun stuff for us to talk about. Anyway, so Chris, did I do an okay job of summarizing the film? Chris or Beth, do you have any other notes you wish to add to the summary of the film?
Well, in my research, I saw it kind of marketed as a parable that depicts what the world would be like if Jesus were to come today, hence the name Joshua or Yeshua. Don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
It's
Yeah.
close enough.
Yeah, because Jesus is the name Yeshua, Joshua.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to add, Chris, to that? I think you're muted.
Oh no, no technical difficulties.
Okay, let's try this again.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, you're working.
Yeah, first the audio on my end goes out when Stephen was giving his summary, and then my audio goes out when I try to speak.
Oh no.
It's like Conclave all over again, even though there was nothing really bad about this film, per se. But, I liked the film this time around upon rewatching it.
Yeah.
The previous time I rewatched it, I was a bit more nitpicky, but
Yeah.
I've matured since then, and okay, yeah, I'm still nitpicky about these few things, but they surprisingly remain Catholic.
Yeah.
Actually, in the final scene, which is my favorite, the final speaking scene between Jesus and the Pope.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a pleasant surprise that they didn't bash Catholics. Because I was a little worried because you have F. Murray Abraham's character who's a bit uptight, shall we say?
Yeah.
And I was kind of worried that they were going to say they were going to pull a conclave, have the more conservative guy be evil. But they actually didn't do that. They actually did an interesting arc with him, which I found fascinating.
Yeah. And they also didn't pull a Da Vinci Code. Because, if you're watching the film for the first time, you might be afraid they're going to do that. But when the misplaced emotions for one of the characters happens, Joshua immediately backs up and says no.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I've seen this film before, so I know who you really are, even though they haven't officially revealed it yet. But thank you for doing that, movie.
Yeah. Instead of, what were you thinking, movie? Which I say a lot. In any movie I'm watching.
This is true.
Yeah, she can attest. So, shall I get to the nitty-gritty of things?
I say let's do it.
Okay. Couple of things really. What were some positives? Let's start with positives, and then I'll come in with my baseball bat and beat the movie.
Yeah. Well, I think the movie depicts some very beautiful scenes as like a modern retelling of events from the Gospels or parables that Jesus shared. Because I think of the time when he's at the hippy dippy prayer meeting or whatever it is, and it's just like, is he going to be on these guys' sides or is he going to call them out? And he's just like, what you're doing here, this isn't real. But then he notices the woman who's blind, and she's blind, right?
Yeah, she's blind.
Okay, good. I remembered correctly. And then he's like, but your faith is true. And then she gets healed and the rest of them don't. It's like, this is very similar to things that Jesus does in the Bible, his healing miracles. It's like, your faith has saved you. You believe, so you have been healed, and not just, oh, everything's great now, I'm going to heal everybody.
No, he only heals 2 people throughout the whole movie. Now, he does provide love and unconditional love and support for other characters.
Technically 3 if you count F. Murray Abraham's character at the end.
That's true. Okay, so fine, 3. No, I don't know how I missed that one. But no, I particularly love that scene in the bad televangelist. I have an unbiblical hatred for those people because they're scam artists at best. The Creflo Dollar cheapskates that they are. And I love that scene. It makes me happy. And he's just like, it doesn't have to be this way. It's a great moment.
Yeah, and it also kind of reminded me of the Steve Martin film Leap of Faith, where Steve Martin plays the con man, pretending to be a miracle worker in tent revivals. And when it's, no, can I not be heard? Oh, yeah, sorry.
I hear you.
And when it's Steve Martin's character, doing the whole BS charlatan thing, the film wisely keeps the camera on him and his performance and tap dancing art. But the moment in Leap of Faith where a miracle actually happens at the end, the camera turns away from Steve Martin's character and turns to the giant crucifix in the background.
Yeah.
And Joshua, in that scene where he speaks to the maybe con man, maybe not con man guy, like that reminded me of that.
Yeah. That's a good simile. Yeah, no, there's a couple other scenes that are sort of like that, and it's really well done.
I had to resist quoting Hank Hill during the Christian rock scene. Like, it was instinctive in my head, like, nope, that's not what they're doing here. Focus on what they're actually saying. Don't immediately quote Hank Hill to the skateboard preacher.
Okay, what would be Hank Hill since King of the Hill is back? I haven't watched it. I can't say I have.
Yeah, the episode in question was when Bobby gets caught up in the, I guess what you would call the bad extreme of the Christian rock movement, from a skateboard preacher who starts doing all the stuff Bobby's interested in to water down the gospel to make it interesting to Bobby. And Hank Hill pulls him, the preacher, inside and says, "Don't you understand? You're not making Christianity better. You're just making rock and roll worse."
I'll allow it.
Classic.
Wisdom from Hank Hill. You never know what's going to happen on this show. So, any other positive? I got to say the performances were strong. Tony Goldwyn, who's been a strong actor, he's actually in a TV show right now. He's in the new season of Law and Order, actually. He keeps busy, but he gives a great performance. All the actors were actually really good. I like Kurt Fuller, and I mean F. Murray Abraham. He's one of those actors who comes in and classes up a joint. He could be the voice of a character in a really bad Marvel show, but you're just like, I just want to listen to him talk because he's so interesting and he makes everything sound better.
Yeah, it was kind of funny seeing Kurt Fuller, because I'm like, okay, I've seen you in Psych, I've seen you in Supernatural, I've seen you in Sound of Freedom, and granted it's been a while, but I forgot you were in this, but hey, cool, you're in this.
Now, it's funny, I was searching the cast because I was like, I'm trying to remember who's in it, and I pull up IMDb because despite what some people think, I am not Mr. Walking and Talking IMDb.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
But I wanted to look up the cast because I was wondering, okay, who all is in this? Because is it one of those, a certain company, Christian film company, that only casts certain people all the freaking time, and they're all terrible because they can't act. But actually, it was a really interesting cast, and I love Kurt Fuller in this film. He's a great actor. He needs more work.
Yeah.
I'd hire him.
Yeah, he can be funny and scary at the same time. Supernatural is proof of that, where you see his villainous angel, where, well, at first he seems nice in the 4th season. Then when he starts becoming antagonistic, it's, oh, but run, Sam and Dean, run. Sure, the show has a weird angelology, but you still got to run because it's this character.
Yeah. But yeah, performances were strong. Camera work was overall pretty solid. It was basic, but it wasn't anything. The theme of the
character. They kept Jesus in character.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they didn't screw that up. It was actually very. It was a nice. That was a nice surprise.
Yeah. One thing I really appreciated about it is just how it, I think, pretty subtly promoted Christian unity just by showing who Joshua is helping. Because he's helping rebuild the Baptist church. And then, he's talking to the Catholic priests. They invite him to Mass. He goes. He's kind to them. He's helpful. He's encouraging. And just, it's like no matter who you are, you go to Joshua. He welcomes you. He guides you. Just Christian unity, not, I'm only helping the Catholics or I'm only helping the Baptists.
Yeah. The overall themes of the film are service and kindness, because he works as a carpenter. Wink, nudge, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I appreciated that because it was just and it was just second nature to him. It was just like, I'll help anyone out if they ask.
Yeah, and just so much of Joshua. It's his kindness and his actions. The whole, actions speak louder than words, because they're like, he's being divisive with what he's preaching. It's like, he's not preaching, he's doing.
No. The only time he preaches in the tent scene, and it's just like, it doesn't have to. And all he says was just basically calling the charlatan out. He's just like, It doesn't have to be this way.
Yeah, he's not those people standing on the corner preaching and telling people they're going to hell.
No, quite the opposite. He's just like, hey, what can I do for you?
Yeah, he calls the con man out, but then because he's God, he knows what's in all our hearts. He also states, I also know that you genuinely want to help it, even though from the audience's perspective you're doing it in a weird way. So let me show you how to actually do it. By healing the blind woman that would have been disastrous if you conned her into thinking you healed her had I not showed up.
Yeah. Any other positives before I know Chris and I will have a baseball bat to come in and beat the film into submission.
Yeah, I just love the confession scene where you've got all these people coming in. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. And then one guy's like, aren't you, I think, Jewish?
Yeah.
It's like, you're Jewish. What are you doing here? I just thought somebody had to tell you.
Small town. As two of us who have grown up in very small towns, this is accurate. This would happen.
Oh, yeah.
You grew up in a small town in the Midwest, so it would be, you would know better than I would.
I did not grow up in a small town, so I don't have that familiarity.
It's okay. We'll help. Okay.
I've been to small towns, but I've always felt like an outsider because I don't have that experience.
No, I feel like an outsider in my small town now because I've been living in the big city.
Big city.
For the capital of my state for the past 4 years. So there you go.
And it is not even the biggest city.
No, it's not. Not even close.
Yeah, in the top 10, I think, for the state at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just wait until it, and granted this, I don't know if it's already like this where y'all live, but just wait until it becomes like Houston, where it'll eventually turn into an amoeba that starts swallowing other small cities and towns next to it.
Yeah, we don't have anything.
Because, if you ever wonder, like Katy and Bel Air and stuff like that, that's pretty much what Houston is doing is, we're just kind of like an amoeba and building around these towns and incorporating them into our border.
That's what's happening in Orlando right now. But
yeah, we're not in Orlando.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
Oof, it would drive me crazy. It's nice to visit, not for me to live.
No. Anyway. Glad my sister-in-law is not watching. She might take offense.
She might be. And if she's happy living there, that's good for her.
Yeah.
Everyone has different preferences.
Yeah.
Some people love living in small towns.
Nah. All right. Okay. Should I start with the baseball bat beating?
Okay, start with the baseball bat
Or
beating.
should we have Chris do it?
You get to work that out. I'm just gonna sit here with my coffee.
Should we rock, paper, scissors it? Or okay, he's not moving his mic, so I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay. Priest vesting scene. As someone who is familiar with vesting because of Deacon Dad, I think Dad's watching. Hi, Dad. Hi, Dee Dee. Deacon Dad. It's the way they're preparing before Mass just is not theologically correct, and they actually, most clergy I know, take a bit of time to prepare before Mass. They're not rushing and throwing on their vestments and such. Actually, it's a bit of a process, especially for deacons and priests if they're going full vesture with their, well, in the case of the priests, it's chasuble and stole in their alb, or deacons with their dalmatic, stole and alb. I'm doing it in reverse order. I don't know why. Yes, there is a difference, and because if I don't say that, I will be severely mocked and beaten.
Okay. We can explain the differences in a later episode.
Well, we will.
Okay.
That bothered me. So that theology bothered me. It was good that while I do appreciate that, it was good that Joshua was actually helping the Baptists as well as the Catholics. It would have been nice if they actually showed that the Catholic Church had a fullness of truth, but
Yeah, and I'm curious if the movie was made by Catholics or by Christians. I have a feeling this movie was not made by Catholics.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
It felt a bit too egalitarian.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, thankfully, they didn't bash either side.
No, they didn't.
No.
Otherwise, I would be the negative one for this review.
You and me both.
Yeah, and I really want to read the book to see the difference, but I wasn't able to find the book, so I'll have to work a little harder.
Yeah. The only thing I know is it was written by a Catholic priest that since died.
Yeah, the
It
book
has
was
a
written by a priest.
website, but I don't remember which is the first one.
Yeah.
I think the movie was based off the first book, but the source material does not always make it into the film.
No.
And I will stop there before I go on some tangent.
Actually, it was the last film of the director too. He died shortly after making the movie. Funny enough.
Oof.
So, last thing, as far as screenwriting goes, as a screenwriter, I kind of wish they did more with the Maggie character, because I was a little bummed because they gave her they gave her a lot of depth, this huge tragic backstory, but they didn't really resolve her all that much, and that just bothered me as a writer. I'm just like, come on, you started an arc, finish it.
Yeah, that's one thing I wish I would have done with a lot of characters, because they introduce these characters. You've got like 12 or so different characters, and they're just so flat. There's no depth to them. It's like, why introduce all these characters and give them some unique purpose and then not fully develop them? And they had plenty of time to work with. It's not like this film was 3 hours long already.
No, they could have added, as I complained about Superman, you could have added easily 30 minutes to the film, which is weird for me to say. I hate saying it, but it's like you could have easily added 30 minutes to the film and not really upset the pacing.
Yeah.
Because frankly, I think the pacing sucked, and I think it could have been longer because they rushed a lot of stuff.
They did. Another character who I thought just was lacking was Joan, because they imply that her husband left her, and all you really know about her is, oh, Joshua lives in her barn.
Well, her husband hadn't left, but
yeah,
it
was so confusing.
They were having a strained marriage, and then all of a sudden, oh, they're okay.
Yeah,
that made no.
Yeah, it took me a while to remember which character that was.
That's okay.
And it's no offense against the characters. It's
the actors did a great job.
Yeah.
Just the writing was subpar.
lacking.
Yeah. Maybe the extra 30 minutes can confirm a question for me I have about the film each time I rewatch it. Does Joshua actually take the plane from Auburn, Alabama to the Vatican, or does he teleport there? because the way they edited the scene, it could go either way. And we do know he teleports in the film because there are 2 explicit scenes in the film where it shows he does that.
Yeah, he at least bilocates a couple of
yeah.
times. So it's just like, how,
Or maybe he walked across the Atlantic Ocean to get there. Who knows?
That might have
That
taken
would have
a
been
few
cool.
months. Yeah.
That would have been cool. Little Bruce Almighty action.
Maybe you can go and fix Steve Carell's character Evan from having the meltdown.
So much potential in that film that was wasted. Although I actually really like both those movies, but
Yeah. Not theologically accurate, but we can have
no,
guilty
not even
pleasures.
close. But they're fun and they're not cringe inducing. So
Yeah, sure, God and Bruce Almighty is a bit deist, but it actually has a good lesson about how you should be viewing God, oddly enough.
yeah, but it actually has some interesting points in both those films. Anyway, we're talking about Joshua. So, Chris and I had talked about this before. There is one scene that really bothers both of us, but I'm going to let Chris talk about it because he has some certain thoughts on this particular thing, and I know I do too. But I've been kind of waxing poetical for a few minutes.
Just to clarify, which scene in particular are you wanting me to comment on?
One of the last scenes of the film, with Kurt Fuller's character, Father Pat.
Oh, mean when he decides to dress as a fisherman?
Yeah,
for the mass.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. I'm not sure yet what to say to that scene. I know this is unprofessional to do in a live stream, but would you all mind giving me a moment? I think there's somebody calling me outside. I need to make sure there's no noise interruption.
Okay, sounds like a plan. All right, we'll see you in a minute. So yeah, that scene theologically just rubs me the wrong way, and just
Yeah.
I don't think the rubrics actually allow for it. I'd have to check with people who know more than I do
Yeah.
about this kind of thing, but I just I don't know. That's just
Yeah, and I feel like if they wanted to have the whole, oh, Peter was a fisherman, they could have executed it in a different way. Have him show up to, I don't know, parish council meeting or something.
They actually did that in the beginning of the film when they noticed he had fishing pants on. They already made the point. They were beating it like a dead steak.
Yeah.
It's now to the point of well done, and Hank Hill would tell those people to politely leave. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it just personally it would bother me.
Yeah. And I think if I showed up to mass and the priest was wearing something besides vestments, I'd be a little concerned.
Yeah, people whine and complain about clown masses. Yeah, this is. I would say that's the equivalent.
Yeah, the less terrifying than clowns.
That is. Sorry about that, folks. I don't know what happened. We had a little interruption there, but we are
okay. So we were talking about clown masses and how a priest in his fisherman attire would be preferable.
Yeah, that was just.
Yeah,
it was a bit much.
Yeah,
but we have it was bizarre.
Yeah,
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hadn't watched this movie in a while. How long had it been since you watched it?
Almost 15 years, 14
boy.
years.
Oh wow. But yeah, that was It'd been a while for me too. I watched it
Yeah.
probably a little bit longer since you, but I
Yeah.
remember parts of it quite well, and I wanted to look into it a bit more. But
Mhm.
so yeah, loads of fun.
Yep.
Let me see. Let me think. Do we have any chats? No. Uh,
Oh,
Friend of the show, Truth and Shadow popped in. Says, "All right, he's happy that we are live." Yeah,
yeah, we're happy to be live.
yeah, we're happy to be live and alive. Um, so yeah. Any other thoughts and comments while we're waiting on Chris?
Well, I think even though this is not a perfect movie by any means, I think it is worth watching.
Oh, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
It's um a lot better than most Christian movies, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Because the production value is definitely there.
Yeah.
It doesn't look low budget and it doesn't feel super low budget. I mean, it's not a multi-billion-dollar film.
No, and they're not using special effects in every other scene.
No, and they don't need to.
No, they don't. They just need to have the small town charm.
Mhm. You can do that easily with
Yeah, absolutely.
a smaller budget. I mean, they do it on TV shows all the time. I mean, I would think like Gilmore Girls doesn't have a huge budget per episode. I know this is a 20-plus-year-old show, but still, that's a legitimate comparison. But the excuse me, the yeah, you don't need a huge budget to tell a good
No,
story.
You don't.
And I'm saying this may sound like a form of copium for some people because I am a low budget filmmaker, but yeah, you don't need a huge budget to make a good movie. Okay, we seem to have another. What is going on here?
Oh, natural light. Oh, it's been so long. Oh, well, hi there. My name is Professor Heterodox. Was the three of you talking about the movie Joshua?
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
I would really like to share my opinion on it. Just a
Okay.
chance.
Yeah. Do we allow unwanted guests on this show?
As long as he doesn't get too out of hand, and worst case, we can send him off because
Okay.
I have the remove button.
Fair enough.
So behave within the confines of the show, or I will press the blue button and you will disappear from the stream. So what is this opinion of yours?
My favorite part was seeing Father Pat embody his devotion to St. Peter the Fisherman.
Yeah, we're actually just talking about that. What are you talking about? The ending scene of the film with the where he dresses like a fisherman?
Yes, it was perfect. I love it when fictional characters have a saintly devotion. It's so great to see Father Pat, played by Kurt Fuller of SAC fame, cosplaying as his favorite saint during the Mass. It's very Catholic of him to do so, because believe it or not, the Christian Church has a long tradition of parishioners LARPing during what some might call the holy sacrifice of the Mass. If you don't believe me, then just ask yourself what exactly occurs on All Saints' Day.
Yeah, but that's the congregation, not the priest. So, as I understand it, the rubrics actually say that priests and clergy are actually supposed to be in liturgical vestments throughout the mass, not just well, as you say, cosplaying. I just if they're participating in the liturgy of the Eucharist, wouldn't that be somewhat inappropriate?
Oh, well, I suppose one could say that. But you have to understand that validly ordained priests have a lot of demands placed on them. They have to become holy men who aren't allowed to play, have hobbies, be themselves, or be normal in any meaningful sense. At least that's what the online world of social media has taught me about the priesthood.
See, social
And
media is not the best source.
oh,
Because,
really?
I mean, honestly,
It
I
did
have.
wonders for me.
Are you sure? Because
Oh yes.
there's some, as a certain president would call it, fake news on social media about Catholicism. Believe me, I have dealt with some of these people who keep saying stuff and then they don't have actual facts to back it up. Where's your facts? Do you have catechism references or um uh
Well, that might just be too long and exhaustive. I just really want to focus on the actual person of the priest. You
I've known some
see,
priests who play, and I mean, I've had beers with them, but they also, it was outside of the sacrifice of the Mass, which is holy. Because, I mean, we are joined with the choirs of angels and uh, the saints every Mass.
Oh, I've got something from the germ here. Maybe that'll help.
Okay, what does the germ say, dear?
So, it is fitting that the beauty and nobility of each vestment not be sought in an abundance of overlaid ornamentation, but rather in the material used, and in design. Ornamentation on vestments should moreover consist of figures, that is, of images or symbols that denote sacred use, avoiding anything unbecoming to this.
So, LARPing is definitely unbecoming, wouldn't you say? Just
Yeah.
well,
a,
I suppose if you put it like that, but in any event, I think we should cut the character some slack because
uh,
he's only human like you and me, and it
yes, there are,
minus the
you
sacrificial
actually said it
holy
yourself,
orders.
there's demands and there are
Those,
expectations.
those demands and expectations can be a lot on the brain. And if dressing up like a fisherman is what makes him feel special, who are we to judge him for it?
Being a
Priests
priest
have
is
enough on their plate.
maybe because he was ordained, he should feel special. I know
Hmm.
I would, considering I
Yes,
considered the priesthood for many years.
yes.
Obviously,
I
that didn't work out, but that's
I
okay.
thought this mustache would fit on me, make me look more distinguished, but it keeps falling off. It's what happens when you're not let out that much.
Yeah. So, where are you sent to?
Oh, well, I don't think I need to go there now, but he normally keeps me in a cell.
What did you do to earn yourself such a cell?
Well, he has this claim that I'm not actually a real person, and instead it's just a figment of his imagination that he doesn't want to admit existing. He
Uh
even unfairly claims that I gave him a 100-degree fever when I first emerged.
huh. All right. Okay.
Uh, do, 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 do. Do I have to go now, even though I didn't get to read all the notes I wanted to say?
How about one more note?
One.
Well, now he's really insistent.
Okay.
He actually wants me to go now, so
Okay.
I have to
All
leave.
right.
It was nice meeting y'all.
All right.
Hopefully
All
my
right.
mustache
Goodbye.
can stay on next time I see y'all.
All right. Good. 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 Goodbye. All right. That was something.
Yeah, we've never had anyone crash our show like that.
Yeah. Hopefully, we don't make a habit of it.
Yeah.
That was
Well, except for the cat. She comes in, but she lives here, so it's okay.
yes, and she is the Catholic cat.
Yes.
Although
our
she keeps demanding
supervisor.
her own show.
Yeah. If this video can get 100 likes, we'll give Clarice the Catholic cat her own show.
Okay. What about our tech support?
Oh, the newest member of our show, tech support Bianca?
Yeah.
Maybe she can cameo.
Okay.
If Clarice the Catholic cat allows it.
Yeah.
I hear they're still working things out.
Yeah. Clarice is very protective of her area. She's been our supervisor for
Yep.
ever since we started this show, as
Oh,
I
yes.
recall. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Bianca and she will work things out. They're
Yeah.
working out contract negotiations and all that jazz. I'm not
Yeah.
completely privy to it, but I have heard the
Yeah.
conversations.
Well, Bianca being tech support, I hear they can be a little cranky.
Yeah. She hasn't had to deal with too much yet.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe we just need to give her more work to keep her out of trouble.
yeah. So send more comments because that's her job. She's supposed to filter through them and see if we should respond or not, or if you have show topic ideas,
Yes.
we can consider them. She can filter through them because overall we've actually had some good ideas. I mean, we had oh thank God, Chris is what in the Chris, what in the world was that?
I sincerely apologize for anything he might have said or done.
Okay. Is he
He
safely back
escaped
in
his
cell?
confinement. I made sure to break the lock this time.
Okay. I might reinforce it double.
So I assume that y'all had given correct responses to the whole fisherman entire thing, since I wasn't actually here to see that.
Beth was able to find a reference in the germ about
Yes.
that.
Yes.
The general instruction of the Roman Missal, which is the kind of the bread and butter of the basically how mass is supposed to go. I mean, we have the sacramentary, but the general instruction of the Roman Missal is actually very helpful. So
Yeah, I found a great little article that I'm trying to share in the comments, but it's hard because I'm on 2 different devices.
yeah,
Tech support.
yeah, we'll call her. We'll put it in the general comments for the episode once we
Okay,
finish.
that works.
But yeah, that was frightening.
Yeah.
I don't like getting into theological arguments. Okay, that's a lie. I do. Oh, darn, I have to go to confession. Unless I go with one of my priest mentors. It's an actual lie if anyone believes you.
I think everyone here knows how you feel about theological discussions.
Yeah. But oh my gosh, that was strange. That was one of the strangest encounters I've ever had. And I've dealt with some weird people online. I had one character call me a Christian dominist, and I correctly corrected them and said, "I am a Catholic dominist. Thank you very much."
What?
I was called a Christian dominist by an individual who was morally and politically very much the opposite of me. And I said, actually, you got that wrong. I'm a Catholic dominist. And I changed my bio online accordingly. And I prayed about it, and I feel pretty good about it.
But yeah, and I don't know if y'all had mentioned it while I was gone, but if there were any questions about why Joshua didn't have like the wounds on his body, I'll be happy to answer that if people had that in the comments.
We
to
have
make
not.
up my penance.
We have not had any comments about. We actually haven't had any comments. Yeah, come on, people, tell us you're alive. Besides Truth and Shadow podcast, aka BT, great friend of the show. Check out his podcast; he's awesome. That was. Sorry, I'm still shaking from that.
Here, drink your coffee.
I always need more coffee.
Yes, you do.
There we go. My first pumpkin of the season.
Well, pumpkin coffee of the season.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, first pumpkin coffee of the season. Oh, BT said was telling us thanks for promoting his podcast. Well, happy to, BT, because your show's actually very good. I highly recommend. Hopefully, there'll be a few people who come from here to check out his show. His show's excellent. Great insight. He's very well researched. What's it with us finding well thought out research, folks? It's just, I guess it's just our thing.
Yeah, we like our research.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was here consulting sources to try to disprove that intruder.
I was
Mm.
I was trying to keep composure, but it was hard. I may have slipped a couple of times.
Well, that's why I was trying to find sources.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. Go with the librarian wife to let her find the sources so I don't have to.
Not a librarian anymore.
You were trained to be a
have to
I was trying to do a lot of things.
review.
I'll have to review the video once we're finished with the live stream so I can see where he almost got you. You know, to offer help if need be.
I appreciate that, but it was just like, oh my gosh, that was strange.
Yeah, I think somebody needs to read up on his catechism.
He needs to read up on his scripture just in general. But anyway,
I tried telling him that, and then he started giving me weird interpretations of certain parables.
why don't you send him away to something far, far away? Like, I don't know, an insane asylum?
No, better yet, punish him by making him watch Conclave.
He'd enjoy that.
That's a good point.
That would give him ideas to subvert the faith even more. Actually, no, send him with the charismatics. Those people are crazy.
I
Some of
actually
them.
don't know how he would respond to Conclave because he seems to have his fingers in all the extremes, if you will. Because he said something that'll offend both liberals and traditionalists in his cell.
Oh, dear. So, anyway, let's not talk about that anymore. That was disturbing. Hopefully, we will not have such intruders anymore, unless they're really friends of the show, like a certain acquaintance of the three of us. He would be welcome on the show.
Yeah, well, that wouldn't be an intruder. That would be an invited guest.
Yeah, we would let him know. We'd be like,
Yes.
"Yo, why don't you show up on the show?"
Yeah. They're
Or-
here by invitation. That's okay.
Yes, that's fine. My goodness. Anyhow. Hopefully you're actually, not torturing your prisoner and stuff like that, because we can't condone that. That was forbidden by the Geneva Convention, unfortunately. Unless you're gonna make him watch, the remake of Snow White or Conclave or something other equally horrible, maybe Killer Clowns from Outer Space or
How about
something.
Luca?
I actually like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, so I will not be using that to torture him.
Okay. Let me think. Oh yeah, Luca is terrible. Oh, I have a better one. Fireproof. Make him. Oh wait a minute, he might enjoy that because it's theologically and morally a terrible film. Yeah.
Anyway, should we be talking about Joshua?
I don't know what else to talk about as far as Joshua goes. It actually turned out to be a. We were pretty efficient in our talking. Unless you guys have additional thoughts, I've said my piece.
I wonder why they didn't adapt the rest of the books.
That is an excellent question.
Yeah.
I
I'm curious
don't
what
know.
all of the series is, because I haven't read them, and I kind of want to now, because I like the movie, and usually I'm like, oh, you're supposed to read the book first, so I'm doing things out of order, but hopefully God will forgive me.
No, I actually, it would actually make a good series, possibly if they're even half as theologically and story wise sound as the first
Yeah.
film and or book. Then a good TV series out of it. That's all the rage these days. Turn books into TV series. Although
Maybe they can get Jim Caviezel and Kirk Cameron to co-star in the sequel.
can we nix Kirk? Because I as much as I love his
Oh,
stuff,
okay.
he's not a good actor. I'm sorry, he's kind of lost his way. He used to be good, but he kind of, I'm sorry, Fireproof broke me. I'm just like, dude, you're phoning it in. And
But Jim Caviezel, yes.
Jim Caviezel, I am all for.
Yeah.
he could play Jesus again. He could be Joshua, and he'd be fantastic. I mean, he might be a little old, but because he's 53, 54.
Yeah, he's getting on the old side. And mainly because it would be funny.
Yes.
A-
Yes.
And I don't know which character we can have him play, but mainly for the humor. Pair Jim Caviezel against Nicolas Cage. It could even be a reboot. Have Nicolas Cage play the F. Murray Abraham character.
I like where your head's at.
We need to buy rights or something.
I think we may have to. We may have to buy the rights.
So go buy our course so we can buy the rights.
That'll be our fourth project.
Yeah, we've got a lot of projects in the works.
We've got three. We've got one series of movies, one TV series, and another movie series in the works. So we could have a fourth TV series. It'd be fine.
Yeah, and we'll have these all done by the time our show turns 100.
Probably.
All right.
Hmm.
We get too many ideas. We can't keep up.
I know. It's rough. But there you go. If you're actually curious, Chris, we'll talk offline of the show
Okay.
about our the various projects. You know about at least one of them, maybe two.
I'll
But
take
yeah.
your word on that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised there aren't more people on the chat. Maybe
Yeah, I'm a
watching
little
reviews up to my expectation.
I'm a little bummed about that, but maybe they'll watch later and watch the replay, and that's okay. And if you do, comment.
Yes, please comment.
But then
This is
again,
wrapping us
Joshua,
controversial tonight.
Yeah, or covering a movie that is either up to date or controversial, because we had, I don't remember, we had a whole bunch of people come in and watch our Superman one live.
there
Well,
were,
hopefully I've got twice as many views as Superman.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. We haven't had a lot of views for this one yet, since Joshua isn't really that well known, even among Christians. Because honestly, had I not first seen this film in my childhood, I would have grilled Steven for more details when he asked me to come to do this review when he just mentioned Joshua.
Yeah.
Not even YouTube knew what I was talking about, and I had to specify the year.
Yeah, I think when I Googled, I got a different thing that popped up first. It was from 2007 and did not look like the same thing.
It wasn't.
No, that looks like a horror film, so I'm like, yeah, no, this can't be it.
No.
I mean, I guess Conclave was also a horror film, but it'd be a different type of horror film.
Yes, it was a theologically a horror film. But yeah. Since we are, I think we should probably wrap up unless you all have thoughts.
Yeah, I think we covered most of our thoughts.
Okay.
The movie was too short. We don't have more to review.
Yeah, we don't have much to review because the film just actually blasted through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
One interesting thing, the Pope had a beard. We haven't had a Pope with a beard for...
Oh, yes.
That kind of made me raise an eyebrow.
Pope Fictitious II, because we don't want to make him look like the current reigning pontiff at the time, just in case.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We got a comment.
Uh-oh.
No,
A good
nothing bad.
comment.
A good comment. Good show. I've never seen this film. I might have to after listening to all. Well, highly recommend. It is on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, and on Tubi. And you can
and on
find it on
Tubi.
YouTube.
Yeah. So definitely check it out. So I did not tell you, Christopher, about this beforehand, but we wanted to take a moment and pray for the families of the victims of the Minneapolis shooting, because that was I don't have words.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know, shocking, but it just was
that's a normal response.
Yeah, it was a sore spot. It's kind of what set me off Wednesday. I'm like, I definitely need to go to confession, because I wasn't feeling the most charitable. But I also got a really good piece of wisdom at confession, so that was actually what I needed at the time. I don't know if
Good for you.
I don't know if my priest actually knew what I was referring to, how peeved I was, but he may have, because he's a very insightful man. Anyway, so let's just do a quick glory be, and we can end the show there. All right. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Well, everyone, thank you for watching. Prayers for Fletcher Merkel and Harper Moyosky, ages 10 and 8. Yes, those were the two victims who were murdered.
Yeah, and there's several other who are still being hospitalized and still recovering. It's a better situation, but still not a fun one. And I'm sure the families are dealing with a lot of uncertainty.
And also pray for the priest there.
Yes.
Because he's having to console his flock as well as deal with the trauma himself.
And all the other parents and families in the school and the teachers and the staff. Can't imagine having to go back there day after such a horrific event happened.
And I might receive hate for this, but since we are Catholic, we should also remember to pray for the mentally sick man that committed the crime.
Absolutely. I agree. And his family, because even if they have a smidgen of conscience, they're probably haunted right now. And that is, I don't know if someone I knew or was close to committed such horrible acts, I don't know how I would handle it.
Just imagine what they're dealing with from the public or from others, just looking at them. Et tu, Brute?
Yeah, it's a tough situation for all involved, and just gotta pray for them, despite what certain politicians and heartless individuals would say. Prayers actually do help.
Prayer and action have two different purposes, but they work towards the same goal.
Yeah. So let's pray for them and the families and the clergy there, because that's shocking. I mean, how are you gonna if I were clergy, I don't know how I'd keep going back, but
that'd be so hard. And priests live there too. It's like, what's going to happen to my home?
Yeah.
Not that it's their home because they don't own it, but they live there.
Yeah. So sorry for that cheery note, but I thought it was appropriate for us to do on this show because we are Catholic.
We are.
And
we are brothers. We are all brothers and sisters in Christ.
Yeah, we are.
And if we want to tie it into the film, we can tie this into the message that Jesus gives at the end of Joshua when the film officially confirms it for the really slow audience on who he actually is, because he doesn't mention anything in particular, but he kind of alludes to what we're experiencing right now when he tells the Pope the message hasn't changed.
Yeah. So we definitely need to keep up your prayers, and also for a little selfish reason, pray for us, because we do pray for you every night.
Yes, we do.
Again, thank you for your support, buying the books and purchasing our courses and looking into everything that we've been doing and watching the show.
Yes.
So that's my notes on it. Christopher, thank you for hopping on. Don't worry, we won't hold it hard against you for letting a mental patient escape. As long as he's secured and, treated with human dignity, we're okay there.
He's secure for now, and I'm pretty sure I won't coincidentally get sick this time afterwards.
Yeah.
Because for those who don't know, that actually did happen the first time Professor Heterodox appeared
Oh, yeah.
back in April.
Ugh. Anyway, in the meantime, I think we'll just end it with our usual: be bold, be brave, be courageous. Enjoy your beverages. God bless.
God bless.